18 by 18 is an initiative that in the short term is focused on midterms and youth engagement in midterms, because even though we have quite a few years until the next presidential election, midterms is one of our opportunities to really gain control of the House, the Senate, all of that, of our local governments. And so it's important that we're armed with the information that we need so that we can engage. And so the goal is, even though I am really out loud and progressive, to have a nonpartisan platform in which you can understand the issues that are on the table right now. And if you feel like those issues don't affect you, well, we can at least provide a story with who it affects, or we can at least tell you how it does affect you. And so it's about going to those areas. Like the example that I use is St. Cloud, Minnesota. I'm from Minneapolis, but in St. Cloud, it was one of the first areas that proposed an immigrant ban of Somali immigrants. And right now they have their first Somali representative. And so it's, how did we get there? What are the stories that need to be told so that we can realize that immigration is not something that this immigration ban isn't something that Trump just came up with, but there's a culture in our country, really, that is anti-immigrant. And so how do we tell these stories of immigrants? How do we tell these stories of people who need access to Planned Parenthood, of people who are dependent on these certain policies? And I think policies are talked about so theoretically in the news about how it'll benefit me or how it won't benefit me, that we aren't thinking globally. We need to be thinking globally as voters. It isn't just about us. And I think when we invest in our community, good, bad, or indifferent, the community will invest in us. And so that's why it's important. And of course, as somebody who is turning 18 on Saturday, I thought it was important to really engage all my peers who are turning 18 or who this will be their first election. The news is so confusing, and so to take it out of Fox News versus CNN and really put it behind, these are factual stories, and these are facts, and these are people you can support, and this is, even if you're under 18, this is how you can engage, because it's not just about turning 18 and then all of a sudden figuring out how to engage in a government that you know nothing about.
Right. Yeah, so where do you get your news from? How do you,
oh my goodness,
like, stay out of the fake news?
Oh, I am a news junkie. I probably single-handedly support NPR because I don't know. All of my favorite podcasts are on NPR, and so I'm always listening to podcasts. Like Code Switch is one of them, The Nod, Pod Save America, and so I try and keep a wide range in terms of what I listen to and get multiple perspectives on it, especially if I can hear people of color talking. That's always great because I think that informs what we hear. And then also, I mean, I do have to say, I do have CNN, and then I do have Democracy Now!, and then I do have BBC, and they all give me notifications, and so that means I have like 20 million notifications by the end of the day about something that's happened in the world.